He was known as the King Archer when he donned the green and white. He speaks with clarity and conviction whether discussing his career, coaching strategies, or political views. Here in studio, please welcome Coach and of course City Councilor of San Juan, Don Allado.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Thank you. Good
Pleasure
evening.
to be here.
Good evening. Maraming salamat.
To all the billionario people watching, all the billionarios.
Ayan.
Be ready to be entertained.
Okay, narinig niyo po yun. Don Allado, the one and only in studio. I cannot believe this. Coach, you're a very busy man, but I thank you so much for the time.
It's my pleasure to be here. Anything for Anton.
From one Lasallian to another. Okay, Coach, to start things off, I think the most talked about thing that happened in the UAP over the weekend was the huge upset. UE beating the defending champion DLSU. I was watching the game. KQ, Kevin Cambao, was at the free throw line, and you were right there, standing in the background, a very imposing figure. What was going through your mind when KQ was at the line with a chance to tie the game?
What's going through my mind was he's gonna miss, because we really, the game plan was to get him exhausted, really focus on him. So I was praying that he was gonna miss. But we don't have too many of those times, with KQ. He barely misses. So that's just once in a lifetime. Everyone misses. It's not a big deal, but KQ is such a tremendous player. We really focused a lot of our energy on him.
Yeah. Coach, a lot has changed from your time playing in the UAP up to today. UAP is prime time now. A lot of the games happen in the evening. What can you say about these changes and how much the league has grown, and how does this affect the student athletes?
Well, there's definitely a lot more exposure, individual exposure for the athletes now. Of course, the social media was born.
Yeah.
So they get to promote themselves on a brighter note. For example, like you don't have to explain to everybody what you're doing. You can just watch me work out and know that I'm ready.
Yeah.
Things like that. So being in prime time, again, it gives an athlete a lot of advantages, wherein they just get to know, the whole country gets to know them.
Coach, there you are right there, standing, and you said you knew he was gonna miss.
I was hoping he was gonna miss. I pretended I knew, but I was really hoping he was gonna miss.
Okay.
But if you look at it historically, we've matched up well with LaSalle.
Yeah.
So I think the boys did a tremendous job. Hats off to them. Despite LaSalle not playing well in the first quarter, they are still the champions.
Yeah.
So this is just one game. This doesn't really mean anything in the scheme of things. We really have to be consistent in what we do and keep pushing forward and getting better each and every game.
Coach, you're 2-2 right now. You suffered 2 losses against UST and FEU, winning back-to-back. FEU, though, is coached by Sean Chambers.
My big brother.
Your big brother.
Yeah.
How happy are you that
Sean,
he's
if
back
you're watching,
here?
I love you, man. Sorry about the game. So it was. I think FEU, they're going through some injuries now.
Yeah.
But they're just right there, putting things together. They just need a little bit more confidence. They need that break. But it was tough also playing FEU. You have Bautista there. We really focused a lot on Bautista, and their import is long and massive.
Okay.
So that was pretty tough battle for us, and we only pulled through towards the end.
Yeah.
We were struggling in our shooting because the FAU played such great team defense against us. Fortunately, we were able to hit big shots, when the breaks came.
Yeah. Coach, I want to ask you about this because this was also a much talked about topic going back to Kevin Cambao.
Sure.
You're a former King Archer. Current King Archer is KQ. There were rumors about an offer from the KBL, 30+ million pesos. And then KQ's only response was fake news. And then #NotPerfect. So, with these things happening with the kids nowadays, with the student athletes, what are your comments on that?
personally for KQ, I think it's great.
Yeah.
Again, he's getting a lot of exposure from social media, being on prime time. You know, every game that he's on prime time, LaSalle is always playing at the prime time. So it's just a bonus for the student athletes. Like before, we didn't get too much of that in terms of monetary compensation. We really had to fight and claw for everything that we had. But now, again, you know, hoping that the former players before us also and us paved the way for the players of today. And I'm so happy to see where the league is at now. You know, we left it at a better place. So I love it. I see where it is now, and it's just great that one time I was part of the UAAP. You know, an average role player.
How would an offer like that have affected Don Allado back in the day if there was such an offer?
Oh my goodness, you know, that would have been great. But you know, I have no complaints. I had the time of my life, and I wouldn't exchange it for anything. Well, what a life that I've lived.
Coach, one more thing regarding the eligibility.
Sure.
Coach, Executive Director Rebo Sagisag mentioned it, that new eligibility rules, UAAP to UAAP transfers, the student athlete will have to sit out 1 year, pero ito yung mabigat, they will lose 2 playing years.
Sure.
Your thoughts on that?
Well, it's all because of players moving and transferring, and because certain monetary reasons, right? So the league wants to protect itself from having those things happening continuously and rampantly. Over the years, players have moved from one team in the UAAP to another. I'm not going to say any teams, you know. So, but again, the league wants to protect its image when it comes to poaching.
Okay.
And players just moving from one team to another.
All right, so I got Councilor Don Allado to speak about some of the hottest topics that have been going on regarding the UAAP, but now we get to what we like to call here on the scorecard, my alpha list. So I'm gonna go over here to the big board, Coach Don, and I'm going to let you react to my list later on. This is the UAAP Power Rankings. I'm going to be revealing my top 5 players as of this moment in the UAAP. Hindi porke sinabi ko ito yung top 5 ngayon, forever na sila yung top 5 ha. This list is fluid, meaning it could change next week. So Coach Don, are you ready for this list?
Let's do it.
All right, let's start off with number 5. Give it to me, baby. Bam! Mo Tungkara of the UST Growling Tigers. I think his arrival is one of the big reasons why UST has more wins than they did last season. Last season, 2-12. Now they are 3-1. Big reason is this guy right here in the middle, Mo Tungkara. But he is not the best center in the UAAP right now, because I think the best center in the UAAP, and you're gonna like this, Don, he's at number 4. Give it to me. Bam! Precious Momoe. And I think one big reason why he's the best center right now is because of this man right here, Don Allado. I can only imagine what Coach Don puts him through every single morning in practice. Hopefully you can tell me about that as we go along here with our discussion. I think one reason also why UST is much improved this season is because of their new point guard, and he is the best player, in my opinion, at number 3. Give it to me. Bam! Fortsky Padregao, already a UAAP champion with Ateneo 2 seasons ago. Unfortunately, went through some issues. But if we're just gonna focus on the basketball, forget the past, forget the issues, just focus on basketball. In my opinion, he is one of the most intelligent floor generals in the UAAP. But he's not the best point guard, because the best UAAP point guard right now is at number 2. Give it to me. Bam! The guy who came back for one final run. Coach Don is scratching his ear. I don't know if he agrees. JD Kagolangan. This guy is already etched in the history books. Big shot to win the championship. First UP title since 1986. Panahon pa ni Benji Paras. Panahon pa ni Ronnie Magsanok. He wants to graduate as a champion, and he has a great chance to do that in his final year. But he is not the best player in the UAAP. He is not the best player in collegiate basketball because that would be the guy at number 1. Alam na natin kung sino to. You know the deal. Kevin Kiambao, KQ. I don't care if he missed the 2 free throws against you guys, Coach Don. Babawi at babawi yan. Hashtag not perfect. I am pretty sure, 100%, that KQ will bounce back. Coach Don, come over here to the big screen.
All
What do you
right.
think about list? How will you grade my list?
This is tough. You have Kagulang at number 2, Padrigao at number 3, very smart. A great point guard there. It really is a point guard, a true point guard.
Yeah.
Kagulangan has the experience. He's well developed already. Kiambao, no questions. One of the great players in the UAAP. I think UST, the coaching staff, they've done a tremendous job in their recruitment.
Okay.
And therefore, they got Tungkara. He is such an addition for them. And that's why they've had success. But,
Okay, I want to see this. Okay.
and please do not be fooled or please do not be upset. Okay, I'm having number 4. Okay, Momoe, he's gonna be at my number 1.
Whoa! What?
Yes.
So wait, where are you gonna put KQ? Number 2?
KQ will be at number 2.
Whoa!
Number 3 will be Tongkara.
Talaga? Tongkara?
Yes.
Over JD Kagulangan?
Yeah.
Coach, come on, man.
We're going with the bigs.
Okay,
We're
okay.
going with the bigs.
Okay.
We will have Padrigao at number 5
Okay.
and Kagulangan at number 4.
Okay. Well, at least parehas tayo sa top 5, Coach Don. Ano lang, nagkaiba lang sa positioning.
Yes, I'm a big guy, so uunahin ko talaga yung bigs.
Okay.
But these guys, these guys are all great players,
Yeah.
leading their teams. I think Momoe has come a long way from when I handled him a couple of years ago,
Yep.
and to where he is now, the maturity that he's showing. Tungkara, really amazing. I was really amazed with his athletic ability
Yep.
and his perimeter shooting.
Uh-huh.
And the guy's got IQ.
Yep.
Padrigao, we all know the damage that he can do to teams. So we're very wary on Padrigao. Kagulangan, well, he's pro-bound already.
Uh-huh.
The guy's pro-bound already
Yeah.
playing in the UAAP. So it is unfair. KQ's got offers, in Europe, Asia, USA, you name it. That's Kevin Kiambao. But hey, he chose to stay with my alma mater, De La Salle University. So that speaks volumes for that young man. And what a great talent KQ is.
Coach Don, before you go, one more thing. King Archer, 2-time UAP champion, 2-time UAP MVP, 2-time UAP Finals MVP, 3-time PBA champion. You know what you're talking about. What if I give you DLSU Don Allado back in his prime, one-on-one against Kevin Kiambao? Sino mananalo?
Oh, wow. It's hard because I don't really entertain those type of questions because it'll never happen,
Yeah.
right? It'll never happen, and that's up to the viewers to decide. But my game is more on the inside. And, KQ is a well-rounded player. He can score, he can pass, he can rebound, got a great IQ. So I'm just going to leave it at that. What a great player KQ is.
Come on, just give me a score, Coach Don. Game to 11, make it, take it, 1-2 scoring.
Oh, give me. Oh, sige. KQ, give me +5. Sige.
We'll leave it at that for now. Coach Don Allado, assistant coach of the UE Red Warriors, and of course, don't forget, honorable counselor of the city of San Juan. King Archer, Don, maraming salamat. Thank you
Thanks.
so much sa pagbisita mo dito
Thanks
sa The
for having
Scorecard.
me. Thank you to all
Balik
the
ka, ha?
viewers. Of
Next
course.
time, we might see Don's hit list naman. Kung pwede natin gawin yan.
Thank you,
Alright,
thank you.
Everybody, Coach Don Allado.